Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. This week has flown by as usual. Seems like time is just accelerated here lately. But I did get a few things accomplished, not as much as I wanted. I had a couple of doctor's appointments. It rained all day for one day, and I wanted to get everything planted up this week, but I didn't. So I have a couple of more things that I want to plant, and then I'll be done. And it's just a matter of watering and weeding. But the weeds have been off the chain this year. Now, I would think that the weeds would not be as bad because we haven't gotten a lot of rain, but the weeds seem to not like that rain because they are growing like crazy. So I'll be weeding probably all summer. So that's all. I just really wanted to show you what I had gotten accomplished this week. And I did get to check on my bees the second time, and they still have a couple of frames that they haven't filled out. So I didn't add that second box on, but I'm gonna do it soon. My peonies are just about over, but they were so pretty. Well, this is outside of the fence of the garden, and I finally got this planted. I planted a couple of cushaw squash over here. We added another apple tree, and over here I have butternut squash. And I put the squash out here. I'm hoping the deer, we don't usually have a big problem with deer in the spring and fall. I'm hoping they don't bother them. They didn't bother my squash last year, so I'm hoping they don't do this year. I mentioned in the last video, but in case you haven't seen it, this is a cherry tree that we added, and it has 3 different types of cherries on it. I have a little volunteer tomato that came up way out here. Don't know. And that's some comfrey that I'm planting. And comfrey is, they call it bone knit or something. It's good for your bones externally. But I'm just going to chop and drop it because it's also good for the soil. And this is lemon balm, I believe it is, but this stuff is growing everywhere in my garden. I put a plant here, this, I can't remember the name, but it's supposed to get quite a few flowers on it. And this is Calendula. It looks pretty bad. I just transplanted it late last night because the chamomile is shading it out where I have it. So I said I'd put a few over here and see how they do. And my grapevines there are doing good. So let me take you into the inside of the garden. When you come in the garden, that Swiss chard that I have planted there, it's coming up. Now these all are tomato plants. My significant other went a little crazy on the plants. I told him this will not happen again because I can't even eat tomatoes. And as you see here, every one of these pots have tomato plants in them, and these are 2 volunteers that came up here. This I have, my pole beans are still growing. I'm gonna have to put something on them because look like bugs are trying to eat some of them. And this is eggplant and a little broccoli down on the end. It's doing well. And my fig tree that I thought was dead is trying to make a comeback. I'm trying to wait and see how far up these leaves are going to go, and then I'm going to trim it up. It has that funny shape because he wrapped it over the winter and they stayed up like that. This is zucchini squash I have over here, and in the back there I have a couple of cucumbers. Now I planted beets here. Only a few of them have come up. I don't know. I may go get some beet plants because look like not many of these are going to make it, but we'll see. More tomato plants. This is okra. I planted seeds, but they didn't come up. So I have a couple here, and I have some in another part. Down here, I have carrots. They haven't broke through yet. This is kale, and as you can see, I have volunteer kale that came up, quite a bit of it. Now let's go back on the other side of these tomatoes over here. These are pepper plants here, and those are sunflowers growing back there. Also, I have planted some corn here. they're doing quite well. Now in these pots, I think I said in the last video, I bought these raspberry plants and they were so small I put them in pots, but they're growing quite well. And this is my other fig tree that I put in the greenhouse. It's not dead, but in the garage from now on. The one in the garage is doing much better. Now here is that other okra that I have planted here, and I have some cantaloupe. No, this is not cantaloupe. What is this? Let me see. That's the cantaloupe over there. Those two are cantaloupe, and this is a cucumber. I'm gonna put a little trellis up here for them to grow up. And believe it or not, I've never planted pinto beans, but these 3 rows are pinto beans. I just planted a few to see how they would come out, and they looking good. And these are black-eyed peas down here. I have another spot that I think I'm gonna start some more because these are growing quite well, and I'm trying to grow things that I can save the seeds and plant the following year. Now this bed here, I have white potatoes in these 2 beds. Those I planted earlier, and these I just planted. None of these have poked up. I'm going to put a sweet potato in this pot here. And this is my strawberries. As you can see, I have a few in here. This one, oh my God, that one's ready. I will get that before I leave. But the birds have eaten. Back here, let me come back here. More volunteer kale. This is my garlic. I have a volunteer lettuce here and here. This is cabbage. But this is my more volunteer kale, as you can see. But this was my strawberries, and the birds have eaten just about all of them. My little blueberry plants don't look so happy back there. It's 2 blueberry plants. And all of that is my elderberry, and it's looking very well. Let me give you a little peek in the greenhouse. This kale is still going strong, but as you can see, there's a tomato plant here and the tomato plant there. Don't know how many is, but entirely too many for one person. Also, I planted some basil in here, and it's coming up nice. More garlic. And these are pepper plants. I was told that the pepper plants can take the heat in the summer in the greenhouse, so I hope they were right. I'm gonna see. This is some Swiss chard here. I'm letting this one go to seed, and I'll save the seeds. Now these 2 were volunteers. No, excuse me. These 3, that bunch, and these 2 kale were volunteers. The only one that I planted was the one in this bed, and I only put a few seeds in there. I wouldn't be surprised if some of those were volunteers. Now over here I have some peas here I put in here, and I put a potato in each one of these pots. I'm hoping the peas go up the trellis. Last year I put tomato plants in here. Didn't like them, so the potatoes I don't think will get very tall because I was able to plant them deep. So I'm hoping the potatoes will do pretty good, and those peas will grow up that trellis, and that would be great to put out here if the animals don't bother them. Was nothing on those first 2 frames, and the third one they had started working on it, so it's like they're building that out. But I really want to get in here and see whether the queen has more space to lay her eggs, because generally that's near the inside. Now, when I picked this frame up, it was a lot heavier than I thought it was going to be, and I didn't have a good grip on it. So I was trying to get it back in. Now they have a little clamp that you can use that you can pick the frames up, and I think I'm going to try using that, because with these gloves on, it was just hard for me to grab things. And when I put it in, it kind of flopped down a little harder than I wanted it to, and I think that made the bees angry. I hope I did not kill any of them. So I just decided that it was time to get out of there. I would just go on and scrape that comb that they put on the top off and check that other frame on the other end, and that would be it for the day. Those last frames were still empty. So I decided that it was time to close it up, and I am going to give my friend a text, and because when I get into this hive, I want to know whether I'm identifying the right things. You know, it's one thing to see something on video, it's another to see it in actual life. So that's why I didn't really want to disturb the bees too much. I just wanted to see how they were coming along with those outer two frames, and they're slowly working their way that way. I hope you can hear how loud they are. That kind of made me a little nervous. This is Lady P from my backyard garden. Until next time, peace and love. I'm out.